It's like this is like pollution at its finest, guys. But anyway, we'll see. It's gonna be Protoss versus Zerg. It's Benny here on to the bottom right side, running the red Protoss. On the other hand, Deoxy on the top left, playing the blue Zerg. And just Deoxy, just usually basic scouting right here from the Overlords. Nothing much to say. Sucking up the map real quick. You can see it's like a really dirty jungle kind of place. It's interesting that trees even grow in the first place. Just seeing all that green water. I'm not sure if that's acid, just really dirty water, jungle water, that kind of thing. What is this? This is really cute. Deoxy making some shapes. It's like a crown kind of thing. But he's gonna go for a very, very quick expansion. Doesn't even bother to go for a spawning pool first. Puts up the structure as well. And that tells me he's gonna be building something tech-wise stronger. Why are you calling me? Yo, don't call me. Yo, don't call me. Real talk. Like, message me na lang. Where is that? Ah, fuck, I forgot. Okay, there you go. Sorry about that, guys. I suddenly forgot what my hotkeys were. Like, the default hotkeys for observers are really, really bad. And I had to change them up for some alts instead. So, anyway, in terms of probes, 21 to 19, larvae being put out, the overlords just flying around, spawning pool coming out, and I still want to see a 6 pool. I haven't seen a 6 pool in forever. Is that even feasible nowadays? Or is it really, really weak? But maybe it's Deoxy putting up the second hatchery, so second base already being built by the Zerg. But in the meantime, Benny with the double gateway, gonna have the cybernetic scars as well. So this is gonna be a pretty early warp gate, a pretty early double pump here from Benny, and 2 stars is gonna be coming out. He wants to go for that range, so want to pick off the overlords, maybe just go for a little harassment. Oh, it's a pylon. It's gonna be a forward pylon here from Benny, and Deoxy has absolutely no idea that's there. He spots out the 2 gateways producing some units, so he knows there's gonna be a lot of aggression here. This might be a 2 gateway all in. Is that a proper term? Like, is this a proper build? Gonna go for an all in with 2 gates, just double pumping these units. So pylon being put up is a second base not being put up yet, so a lot of resources actually going the way of Benny's army. Look at that, 250 to 100 active forces. In the meantime, 400 what? Zerglings and queens, I believe. So yeah, just 2 queens and 4 zerglings. Not really the best force to actually go against a stalker composition. I mean, you can do the zerglings around, sure, but once there's like even a single zealot, and look at this gateway being put up. You need to put the gateway right now. You need to put the gateway right now, cause with the pylon like this, it's like it takes so long for the warp in to come out. Maybe 4 seconds instead for the gateway instead. So Stalker's already getting in position. Alhabol, I said. You didn't even know, listen to me in Twitch chat. Stalkers though, just walking into their certain demise. This is very dangerous here for these 2 Stalkers, but they get away pretty much unscathed. Not the shields, just doing work. It could have been really bad actually if there was a little more Zerglings out there. Could have gone for the surround, but the early hatchery, just small punishment there for a little bit of greed here on the Zerg side. Third hatchery being put up as well, and the aggression here for Benny. Second base is gonna come out in the back line, but more or less his defense is gonna be subpar. His base is actually wide open, and if Deoxy goes for the run by, this might be the description right there. He goes for the surround there onto the Stalkers. One of the Stalkers already losing the damage, and he's gonna lose his life. The Zealots though are back into the fight. The Stalkers though dying left and right, and the Zergling gonna back off. Doesn't want to deal with the side blades. He can win the fight, yes, but he's gonna lose a lot of Zerglings. It's not gonna be worth it too much here. Look at that, in terms of army count, it's 170-50 here for Benny right now, just standing by outside. Could build some adepts as well to take care of those Zerglings. And does Deoxy even have any idea that the forward pylon is there? No, he doesn't. Gonna be building up some roaches instead to try and deal with those Stalkers. Just try to corrode all that armor there onto those mechanical Stalkers. And the Overlord gonna go for the scouting. Spots out a huge wall of gateways and the forge, so the cannons might be pulled up. Second base now, just trying to go for some resource management. Fourth base not going up for Deoxy as of yet, but now he's supply block, so he has to commit a lot of eggs right there onto some overlords, just delaying his army and mineral count just a little more. In terms of minerals, look at this. Deoxy though with 3 base, just out in front. It's Benny with 1.5 actually, because the probe line not really saturated here. for Protoss so far, and the army all the way out here by the Richmond field. And if I were Benny, honestly, since I have all this here, I have all my aggression here in the first place, I would just put up the base here, because this is a Richmond field. This is one of those things you should go risk it for the biscuit. A very, very strong and vital resource in a map that has Richmond fields in the first place. I don't know how much more does RMFs actually give compared to normal ones. I'll just Google that later. So in terms of the army, we do see armor being put up. Twilight Council is there as well. In the meantime, Mental Boost is the only thing the Zerg has no roach upgrades as of yet. He does have 9 roaches though to try and contend with those 4 stalkers there. But the Zealot composition here coming out from Benny so far might be able to turn the tide. Just go for some swings there onto those 4-legged roaches who are just lagging behind those onto the Zerglings. And now this can be very, very dangerous here for Deoxy. Benny Lee not really going for the attack yet. He knows the Zerglings are there, and this might be a very, very surprising factor here for Deoxy. And he spots out the army. He sees the Warp Gate, just backs off immediately, doesn't want anything to do with that. And now he knows that Benny is literally right at his doorstep, keeping an eye out on his 5th base if it ever comes out, or maybe his 6th. It depends on how he's gonna take map control, and the creep can't even spread that in that direction in the first place. So more gateway units come out. We have a sentry right now for some Guardian Shield, just mitigate a little bit of the damage there from the roaches. Can maybe go for some hallucination play as well. In the meantime though, Deoxy just macroing up, gonna go for the run by. Where is he actually gonna go here? Gonna go for a round? Gonna go around. In the meantime, Benny just building up the army some more. So if Deoxy actually commits with this, he goes for the run by. The real option Benny has is A, mass recall into the base and pretty much lose the pylon and the warp gate, so no more forward advance here for him. Or B, just commit and get rid of all this. But at the same time, very, very dangerous here for the Protoss to do that, because he has a lot more buildings to contend with. Just 4 buildings right there. On the other hand, Benny only has 2 base, and they're pretty congregated. Nothing really hiding, nothing really out of position, not really out of the way. So Deoxy might have a good shot at this if they go for the base race. Zealots and Stalkers though already taking care of the rally point. The roaches, look at them, 4 dying so quickly. The Zealots just gonna engage on this, running back, running forth. He loses two due to that miss micro, but finally he decides to commit. And here comes the engagement onto the base. The forge gets destroyed. No upgrades can come. Can the charge actually make it in time? Will the charge make it? Yes, it does. The blink though will have absolutely no chance. So the Zealots will be the ones in the forward defense as well. No recall so far. That's gonna be the Protoss gonna engage in, but the Queens and the Roaches doing a lot of damage here onto Benny Stalkers, onto the Zealots as well. But now the Queen falls, the transfusion isn't there, but the Zerg eggs is hatching into those stronger life forms, and now the Roaches just trying to do as much damage as they can before they die. Spore Colony doesn't do much, but here comes the Zerglings just nibbling away at those gateways. Second base is already broken, and Benny has so many little minerals to work with. He has 4 mineral patches right there, and he has 22 workers. This looks very dire here for the Protoss right now, because at this moment the tide does not stem here from Deoxy. The Swarm does not rest. The Swarm will feast on the corpses of the Protoss, and because the main production here from the Zerg is not being mitigated, look at this. Deoxy right now just going into the base. Some more Stalkers being warped in. Still mass recall isn't being used, and the fact is Benny's wasting too much time on 1, the eggs, and 2, the second base, when he should be going for the Roach Warren, for the spawning pool, or at least the economy here to get rid of all those roaches. And now this looks very, very bad here for the Protoss. 2 twin pronged action coming out in both sides of the map. Stalkers just using the pylons for cover. But Benny has lost so much already. Can he actually rebuild after this? So many idle probes as well. The Stalkers right now are the only ones left. He has gotten rid of the middle right here in the main, but they all just transferred instead to the 3rd, to the 4th, putting up some spine crawlers as well. And now the Protoss army just stuck there, and I really wonder why he didn't go for the recall. If he went for the recall, he could have fought this, and this could have been a macro game. But now Deoxy should be able to take this quite handily. Solid play there from the Zerg, just sieging in, and Benny with very, very questionable decision making at the end could have retreated, or at the very least killed everything here, And Ran here just got rid of this, the Roach Warren. That was the biggest thing he had to contend with. Without the Roach Warren, he will only have to deal with the Zerglings. It will take a while for Deoxy to actually put up a new Roach Warren here. Just get rid of some production. Just do some damage here, Lair Tech, you know. Just do some economical damage before you go. If you're not gonna go for the recall in the first place, and you have to hide the probe, just get away in time to go for the proxy play. But honestly, just recall is the real answer here. Could have defended against those Roaches, against those Zerglings. He had a very, very scary army, and he just threw it all away in the first place. But it is what it is. And a plat game, pretty solid. And that should be it for me. I did say this was only gonna be 2 hours. I mean, a little bit into it, but I do have somewhere to go to, and that was a lot of fun. I have a few more games to go through next time. If you guys do want to send some more, feel free to do so. I accept any version. Just, you know, put me offline, but on Battle.net. But whatever, it is what it is, and I really enjoyed that.